On to you, Leos. Boy, do we have a reading. So you have the Justice, the Empress, and you have the Strength card. Three major arcana back to back, right? So the Justice and the Empress are both Libra, right next to each other. Um, Very powerful reading, very important reading for you, Leos. A lot of you Leos have very important things happening for you. There's a rebalancing in the things that you worked for, right? You've worked for a great life, and you Leos are actually getting to the great life that you've been working for. Um, Things are happening to you in a way where it almost seems like magic might be, but it's working for you in a way where, a year, 2 years ago, you may not have necessarily thought that it would have been real. But now you Leos are seeing that it is real because it's actually happening to you. And the Empress represents you basically want to gatekeep it. You want to make sure that you protect it at all costs and that you Leos don't end up stumbling from stupid decisions, right? Very unwise decisions. And then the Empress right here, the Strength right here represents, so a lot of you Leos have created a way of thinking where a lot of you are not going to do certain things. So it's the sense that where you Leos feel like, not feel, but you Leos can you're kind of mapping out or planning like certain things that would get in the way of where it is that you Leos would want to go. And you Leos are thinking about what is the best way for you to actually succeed in what it is that you're looking for, right? So in other words, you're trying to protect your investment. You Leos are trying to protect what it is that you've essentially built for yourself because you don't want to end up making stupid decisions. I know we all don't. You don't want to end up making stupid decisions and then start thinking, okay, well now now you Leos, you get to this point, you get to this great, amazing point in your life, and then you start doing what a lot of people do who've reached a certain level of success. They start falling off because they start kind of celebrating the fact that they're successful a little bit too much, too long, right? A lot of you Leos want to remain focused. Yes, you can have your fun, but the fun and the work is really kind of like part time. But what you also look at as fun is very important too. How it is that you unwind, you want to be constructive about what you choose as your fun as well. And the Strength card here represents, again, this code of conduct that a lot of you, I don't know who's going to, code of conduct that you Leos essentially have that you're not going to do because you've come into success. So it's like, how like sometimes people who come into success and they earn millions, they're like, okay, they're not, they're trying to figure out what exactly are they going to spend the cash flow on at one time. They're not just going to go spend it out on just any old anything. That's where it is that you Leos are now. I'm not saying that you Leos have like a ton load of cash. That's not what I'm talking about. Whatever the success is for you Leos that you have reached, some of you might be a millionaire, who knows? But the point that I'm trying to make, or on your way of being a millionaire, this represents how a lot of you Leos are being strategic about how you celebrate your victory. So maybe you got a promotion, maybe you are a millionaire, maybe you're on the way of being a millionaire, maybe you have a significant other, maybe you got married, maybe, but I know it's big. I know it's important to you Leos, and I know that you Leos probably took years to get to this point and you feel amazing. And so then now you Leos also have the Tower and the Empress, 5 major arcana. Yep, 5 major arcana right next to each other. You heard it right. So Then you have the Tower and the Emperor. So the Tower represents, again, this code of conduct that the strength is supposed to give you, right? What it is that you're choosing to refrain from or choosing to not do because you see it as a way where you can't progress and you can't move forward. That's why you're choosing to stay away from it, because you see it as something that will stop you. That's what the Tower card represents, right? The Tower card is you Leos are trying to figure out, okay, what specifically what, and then actually go and do it, right? To specifically what to stay away from and why, and how you're going to move into the next short to long term phase of your life. And then you Leos also have the Emperor, and the Emperor right here represents you feel very good, you feel very empowered. The Emperor in this reading is a very dignified emperor, very powerful. Um, has some form of celebrity where a lot of people may know them. So maybe you Leos are known, if not, if not necessarily like a celebrity kind of thing or known by a lot of people, very appreciated by, the people that you do have in your life, very appreciated by those individuals. And then you have the King of Wands and the Five of Wands. So the King of Wands and the Five of Wands speaks to how you Leos are speaking confidently. You feel like, what is going on with all this stuff? All this. Anyway, anyway, emergency response. What is going on with all? Anyway, the King of Wands and the Five of Wands here for you Leos represent how a lot of you are also able to move with confidence, able to move confidently, able to feel good. You actually get into where it is that you Leos want to go. And the King of Wands, you're not speaking out of turn. You're not being delusional. You're not speaking out of turn. You're doing what it is that you Leos are supposed to do, or what you could do, right? But it's not out of place. It's not like you're speaking too soon. It's not like you're speaking too soon, or you Leos say something and then it doesn't go the way that you want. No, this win is solidified. It's a huge victory for you Leos. And then, all right, and then you have the Five of Wands. You know, um, all the work that you Leos put in, you're justified in doing it. The arguments, a lot of the arguments that you put in or you had, where people thought that maybe you were losing it, or they didn't want to, you know, uh, stick it out with you. You Leos had a plan, you had a goal. Some of you Leos were specifically in a relationship with somebody. They didn't want to hear you, they didn't want to listen to you. I was just talking about it in the last Leo reading, if I'm not mistaken, about, the type of people that basically are dysfunctional, right? They so caught up with trying to keep everything safe to the point where it's they oh my gosh, they're really not really good or fun to really be around, because they always telling you about why it wouldn't work, why they can't do this, why they don't want to do this. But then they want this money and wealth, and it's like, listen, let's get one thing right. Let's say this one thing. No one who is successful just gets that way and they don't put in an investment. Not a single person, and I can show and prove that. Not a single person got that way. Not a single person got that way. You understand what I'm saying? The margin for that is so small. You have to inherit, you have to inherit the investment in order to kind of get rid of the the unpredictability. You have to inherit the asset, right? But it's lame, I get it. Like, it's lame when you are with someone and then you're like, hey, why don't we, I don't know, invest in the stock market? Oh, okay. What if we have a crash? I don't know. It's like, yo, like, what is going on? And they don't understand the print. Like, you teaching it, you trying to teach it to them, but they don't want to hear. Their mind is distracted. Their mind is, they don't even want to learn. And the thing about it is that they don't want to understand that how Jeff Bezos, you know, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, whomever you want to talk about, these mega stars, these mega billionaires on their way towards being trillionaires and all of that, right? How they got that way was they did things that other people would essentially shy away from, right? Bill Gates was already rich. His parents was already rich. Took a loan. Same thing with Elon. Same thing with Bill Gates, right? They trust funds, but they was like, you know what? They're gonna start out, carve out their own lane. But they were the ones that wanted to go out there and face the unpredictability, and the probability, the mathematics. They wanted to face it. They wasn't shying away from it, right? And I get it. It's lame when you have someone that you're supposed to be with who wants all of this advantage and power, and they want things to keep getting better and better and better, but they don't want to do anything for it. They still want to remain totally safe. And it's like, there's no such thing. And so the Five of Pentacles here represents how, so yeah, like I said before, so you Leos, there's this huge Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands, no, excuse me, Five of Pentacles and Seven of Wands. There's this huge like undertone of you Leos are basically going to do what you want to do because there's nothing really holding you back anymore. So all of the calculated probabilities that a lot of you Leos thought in your heads or you're in your imagination of, if you do this, you can get this, go and do it. If you want to, that is. I'm not gonna be reliable and responsible. No. If that's what it is that you Leos want to do, go and do it. You know what I mean? And so now you have the Ten of Swords right here. Oh, the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Swords represents, you might be surprised at how great things end up turning out, because you have opportunities that I can see that a lot of you Leos want to do, and that you've been kind of holding yourself back for a specific time because you had to clear some things up. And now that you Leos have some things cleared up, y'all Leos can essentially ball out of control, right? Go do your thing, handle your business. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. Great things are happening for you Leos. Page of Cups, Two of Wands, Seven of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and then you have the Six of Wands, and then you Leos also have the Empress. I put 6 out there. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll read all 6. The Page of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Seven of Cups here for you Leos represent how, again, you don't have to deal with the person trying to, instill some kind of a thought in you. It's not going to work out. Oh my gosh, things are going to end and it's not going to work out and you're not going to be successful and all of that. You Leos are like, yeah, whatever, right? That's addressed. Seven of Cups represents you Leos seeing it for yourself. And if you fail, then you fail. But you want to at least see for yourself if it works. So this is you Leos beginning to create a plan to actually see where you can go. So this reading basically phases into the next aspect of your life, because now The plan is being implemented where you Leos want to place your money into a different place, and it could make it grow to where you will become even more successful, because you have 5 major arcana right next to each other. And the entire top row is major arcana. And then the entire bottom row is minor arcana. And so the thing is that the Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Empress right here for you Leos also speaks about how, again, a lot more financial advantage and benefit in your future. The Six of Wands and the Empress represents, and again, you're going to look back. A lot of you Leos may look back if you're successful. A lot of you Leos will look back if you are successful on this reading, and you who are watching it, you'll remember it. But you'll also remember how, again, a past significant other was holding you back, or maybe it wasn't necessarily a significant other, but it could have been a situation where your own thought process of you thinking it wouldn't work was holding you back. Whatever was holding you back, you're glad that you don't have that kind of hold back in your life anymore, that kind of restraint in your life anymore. That's pretty much it, that kind of restraint. Yeah, so that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 29,786 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. We're heading towards 30,000. If you want to come through and get a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section below. Call the link. Peace.